Hello, everybody. We're live. Sensei Rob here. It is Wednesday, June 3rd. Give a minute for everybody to jump in here. Anybody that wants to hear my thoughts and type in some comments or whatever, say hello when you guys jump in. Just want to feed you some thoughts and on what's going on in this world. So we'll give a minute for everybody to jump on here. See Harold's in, eagerly waiting to see what I have to say. What's up, H? Master Smith, it's an honor for you to be joining me today, sir. We'll give about another 30 seconds for people to jump on before I start yammering on about my thoughts on current events. I know, Harold, you're sitting on the edge of your seat waiting to hear. What's up, Senpai Sai? How are you, buddy? Hello, Leslie. All right, guys. So I want to step in, and I know that this has kind of occupied my last few live chats and live Zooms, and I really want to get back to talking about martial arts and talking about our reopening plans, and just so that we can get that out of the way, I want everybody to know that the instructor team and I, the great staff at Lima, we are working feverishly trying to come up with our opening plans. We are hanging on, waiting to hear what the governor's terms are going to be for our reopening. We know that at this point we're not allowed to open this. That are allowed to open in the yellow phase. We have to wait till the green phase. When we get to the green phase, I don't know if that means we're allowed to open up in 25% capacity, 50% capacity. I don't know at this point. But I want you guys to know that we're talking. Now, as a sensei, as a martial arts instructor, we tend to be not just teachers of the martial arts, but teachers of martial arts code and honor and integrity and ethics, and we try to be mentors and leaders and guide people in decision making and being good people. We tend to fall often into the role of guidance counselors and life coaches, and I've been being barraged by students, by friends, by distant friends, all picking my brain on my thoughts on what's going on today. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about me. I grew up in Bethlehem. I went to Liberty High School. Ever since I was in elementary school, it was a mixing pot of all cultures, all races. I know some people don't like to say I don't see color, because for some reason that's a negative connotation, that you don't see color because it's like you're not acknowledging the person's individual situation. When I say I don't see color, or I don't see religion, or I don't see any of that, I mean it because I don't see them as anything other than a person. That's how I was brought up. I didn't grow up black, okay? But I did grow up in a very diverse community. My best friends were a mixing pot of all races, colors, and creeds. A mixing pot. They are my best friends. Some of my best friends today are of all creeds. I know that in teaching martial arts at Leading Edge Martial Arts, and even before that at Tiger Schulman's and Master Glazers, we saw students as students. Nothing else. Not black, not white, not green. It didn't matter. That does not mean that I disregard the plight and the history of racism and bigotry in our country, and not just in our country, but in the world. I can't say that I firsthand have experience of knowing what it's like to be held and neglected and objected to and disregarded because of the color of my skin. I can't say I have that experience. I don't have that experience. So I can't relate. I can hear you. I hear you. But I can't say I have that experience or know what it's like. That being said, I never treat somebody based on the color of their skin, their religion, or where they're from. I judge people on the content of their character. Content of their character, who they are, what they've done, what they do, how they portray and carry themselves. I certainly don't lump groups of people together. What this police officer did in Minnesota was a crime. It was murder. It was cold-blooded murder by an evil man. His motives, we don't know, but we can assume that they were racism. He murdered an innocent black man. It was awful. He's been arrested and charged. He should have the book thrown at him. He should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. The police officers that stood by, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law for not stopping this. It's not a question. I know that there's a history of this kind of thing going on. But I can tell you, I'm friends with a lot of people in law enforcement. A lot of people in law enforcement. And I can tell you that when they get involved in law enforcement, they choose that profession to serve and protect. Because of the sins of some does not mean all are guilty. Are there bad police officers that use their power abusively with racist intent? Yes. But does that mean all police officers are evil? No. No. But just yesterday, a 77-year-old police captain, a black police captain, trying to protect the crowds, was shot and killed by a protester. 77-year-old police captain, black man. Let me come back to that in a second. I'm sorry, I'm very emotional about this. I'm very, very upset about what's going on in our country right now. Rioting will not change the heart of man. Policy at the government level will not change the heart of man. Killing another man in the street is already considered murder. A white man killing a black man is already considered murder. There's no policy change there. This doesn't end until the heart of man changes. And so much of it comes back to upbringing. How were they brought up? What were they exposed to? What was their history? What was their upbringing? What kind of ethics were they taught at home or at church or the lack thereof? So guys, as you know, I'm a patriot. I bleed red, white, and blue. I live by the rights of us as free citizens of the United States. And I know that there are good people and there are bad people and there are people in between. Just like there are not all bad police officers. There are some bad, does not make all police officers guilty. Just like there are bad priests that prey on children, does not mean everyone of the cloth is evil. Just like in my own industry, there have been histories of martial arts instructors assaulting children. That doesn't mean all martial arts instructors are bad. You cannot judge an entire group by the sins of one. You can't. Or by the sins of a few. You can't. I am all for free speech. I am all for the right to assemble. I am all for the right to protest peacefully. Someone yesterday asked me to explain why these people, I should be telling you why they're acting out and lashing out the way they are, that I should explain to you because I sympathize with them. I have to tell you guys, I don't know why they are burning down their neighbors' homes. I don't know why they are beating shop owners, innocent shop owners in the streets. I don't know why they're looting and pillaging. They're angry. I get it. But what they're doing is not giving themselves a voice, but they're actually turning everybody's ears off to their concerns. This is not what George Floyd would have wanted. This is, his family has already said they don't want this. Anger is a natural reaction, but the mob mentality can be used as an excuse. Many of these people taking to the streets right now are taking to the streets in mayhem because they know they can get away with it. They know they can get away with it. It's not okay. So I feel for George Floyd's family. I hear your cries for help and righteousness. But I do not condone in any way, shape, or form, which somebody actually had the audacity to message me yesterday and tell me I should tell you I condone it because I understand it. I don't. Rioting is not protesting. Burning down neighbors' houses is not protesting. Shooting cops is not protesting. I'm a small business owner. I've been fighting for 3 months to keep my business alive. I've been blessed to have great supportive students. But God help me if moments before we open or moments after we open, someone in riotous rage and mayhem, that's what it is, mayhem, burns my place to the ground. I don't see any legitimacy to that. I feel for those small business owners out there, just like I feel for the family of George Floyd. I feel for that shop owner that was trying to defend his shop and he was beat unconscious. I don't know if the guy's okay. I feel for the 4 cops in St. Louis that were shot, or the captain that was shot and murdered. I feel for the police officer in Las Vegas that was shot in the head. I feel for the police officer that was run down in Buffalo. I feel for government leaders that have their hands tied and know how to react to this because they're caught and torn between political correctness and the right thing to do. They're not the same thing all the time, guys. Political correctness ties hands. Ties hands. This needs to stop. I fear for America right now. And don't tell me our violent history shaped our nation. Our violent history has nothing to do with burning our own homes down. That's not what our freedoms give us the right to do. So no, I'm sorry if some of you are offended. I don't condone this, and I can't for 1 second say I understand how rioting in the streets, beating of innocents, burning innocent people's businesses and homes to the ground, destroying private property has anything to do with social justice. That's not how we elicit change. We elicit change by going to the polls yesterday. We elicit change by publicly gathering in a unified voice. Shout, chant, hold up signs, block streets. I don't care. Lay down in the streets in peaceful protest. But looting, burning, killing, and beating. I don't care who you are. There is absolutely nothing you can say to me that makes me think that's okay. And now I'm going to come at you from a different angle, guys. My doors have been closed for 3 months so that we can stop the spread of this disease. My doors have been closed for 3 months so we stop the spread of this disease. I've been told by our governor that I can't open my doors until we're in the green phase, and I can't even get back to normal business till whenever that's going to be. September? I don't know. But thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people can take to the streets in mass hysteria and all over each other. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, 2 weeks from now, we're going to know everything we want to know about COVID-19. Everything we want to know. Because if we slow the spread and there's going to be a resurgence, this is it. So now I see absolutely no reason why I am legally bound to keep my doors closed. Someone explain that to me. Someone explain to me why I can go in the streets with thousands, 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 thousands of other people, burn, pillage, beat, and murder, shouting and spraying. What did they say? Droplets, spraying as I shout all over the place. But I can't open my doors to my business because it's not safe. Give me a break. This is not social justice. This wasn't so much a chat rant. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm scared. And I'm confused. Do things need to change? Absolutely. Is this how we elicit change? Absolutely not. Please don't try to convince me otherwise. Guys, I love you. I miss my students passionately. I know many of you guys look to me for advice and my thoughts, and I appreciate that. At a time like this, I really don't know what to say, but talk to you from my heart. I don't press my religious feelings and my religious beliefs on my students. I'm a Christian, but I don't shove them down your throats. I don't press my politics on you. I don't hide them. I'm a red-blooded American patriot that loves his country. I won't shove my political agenda down your throat. That's up to you to, if you want to know my thoughts. I don't hide it either. But I will tell you, if you sit on the left side of the aisle or the right side of the aisle, or you're undecided, I don't care if you're Christian, Jewish, Hindu, Muslim. Rioting, looting, burning, beating, and murder are wrong. That's all I got to say today, guys. Lima strong. Be safe.